Hello. Hi, Tim. Is it Timbo? Anyway, hello, everybody. Give me a second or two to get set up. Okay. That helps. Sometimes it takes longer to get set up than it does to set up. Oh. Why can't I type? Oh, man. I hope everybody's Valentine's Day is going good. I've been very, very lucky to have seen multiple screech owls. Can't say that I've ever seen a scoops owl, but I have seen the others. I don't know why Saturdays always seem like the busiest days of the week. Probably because they are. I guess it's time to get started. Shall we do this? Let's do this. Hey everyone, You don't think the YouTube algorithm likes me? Yeah, probably. I'm old. I'm not handsome. I'm not pretty. But I'm here. And I'm not going anywhere. And that's okay. If I make even that big of a difference, I'm okay with that. I think so. I'm not the flashiest. My edits are horrible. But what I know, I know. And from what I hear, I'm rare because I actually talk to you guys. I don't know if that's really a thing or not. But anyway, I'm Charlie. This is the Natureverse 4.7, and today we are talking about not one, but two different owl species. The. Oh, snaps. I haven't done that. Hold on. I forgot. Wonder if it's enough just to post it. You know, I have always taught. I don't see that changing. Honestly, there are very few times when I don't. Okay. So the two birds that we're looking at today are not great big huge owls. I'm burping donuts. That's just really gross. That have mastered the art of living around people. Last year, if you were a subscriber, you got a very rare glimpse at screech owls. There was a ruckus outside of my house. I trained myself to learn alarm calls, and yeah, that was last year. We went out together and we saw some baby screech owls. Now, I didn't even know that they were in the neighborhood. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. Screech owls can be a part of the wildlife. No, but it was still last year. And if I were on my computer, I could tell you whereabouts last year, but I'm not going to do that. Screech owls are a smaller owl. Lengthwise, they top off around 9.8 inches. That is on the big side. They can be a little bit smaller. Weight-wise, around 8.6 ounces with a wingspan of 24 inches. They are slightly larger than a European starling, if that means anything to you. They have rounded wings, a short, square tail, and they have ear tufts. And when it comes to color, they come in two different colors. They come in gray and reddish brown. These birds are active at night. And unlike some owls who build a nest in tree branches, screech owls don't do that. It's also important to note that North America, at least the United States, has two species of screech owls, the eastern and the western. Screech owls are going to build their nest in tree cavities. Now, they don't dig their own. They will use woodpecker holes or squirrel holes, or maybe where a tree has a natural cavity, they're going to use it. And it doesn't matter if the tree is deciduous or a conifer. They will also use nest boxes. Yep. Where the woodpecker has made a nest in a tree, the screech owls will use it. They've either kicked the woodpecker out, or the woodpecker is no longer using the hole, and they'll use it. They don't like areas where there's no trees. So you're not going to see screech owls on the Great Plains. Now, for food, these guys are going for a mix of food. Earthworms, insects, frogs, lizards, swallows, thrushes, waxwings, finches, blue jays. Nope, nesting cavities. Blue jays, other types of jays, grouses, doves, shorebirds, and even woodpeckers. They're also known to occasionally take bats. And if food is really plentiful, they're going to cache it. They're going to store it for later. They are not going to build a proper nest. That doesn't happen. They may even use wood piles. They will feed on mice. Mailboxes. My brother had a pair that even tried to nest in their house. Sort of. In the eaves, where the other birds were nesting. Now, it is possible that they were going after the birds, But yeah, they were probably trying to nest there. One clutch of eggs will number 2 to 6. The mother will have one brood each year. They will be incubated for around 34 days. And the young will stay with mom for at least 30 days after they hatch. Maybe longer. A typical flight pattern for these guys is to go straight and then drop and then go straight again. Usually, with these birds, they are monogamous, meaning that one male, one female, but sometimes they will have a male and 2 females. And it is not uncommon towards the end of the chick's development, as far as in the fledgling period, it is not uncommon to see mom and her offspring roosting in a tree together, which is probably what we were seeing. But I think Dad was mixed up in that too. Any questions? This was a fun one to do. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why, because in my head, I thought the Scoops owl was a native to UK and all of Europe. It is not. It is not. But it is an animal that can and does live close to humans. So, and it could still end up in your backyard. They do eat woodpeckers, yes. I don't know if we're talking like the bigger woodpeckers, like the pileated, or the red-headed, but they could definitely take a downy, or what's the other one? Oh my gosh, I hate that. I don't know what the other bird is. Ew. Anyway, we'll come back to it if I think of it. Now, the Scoops owl would be a rare visitor to the UK, but here's where you can find it otherwise. Throughout southern Europe, into France, Ukraine, east through southern Russia, and even down into Pakistan, Iran, Turkey, Israel, and some other Middle Eastern countries. Now, it doesn't stick around year-round. This is a bird that likes to be warm, and so they will fly out south down past the Sahara Desert and into countries like Cameroon, the Democratic of the Congo, even Kenya. Now, they are sort of similar to the screech owl. They're going to be feeding on sort of the same stuff. Large insects, small mammals, birds, even reptiles. They also nest in tree cavities. Also, like the screech owl, they have 2 to 6 eggs. And when it comes to taking care of the young, both male and female birds hunt and feed the young. The birds top off at 20 centimeters or 7 inches in length, Weight-wise, they top off around 135 grams or 4.7 ounces. I don't know why it keeps saying punches. I think my program is going nuts. They have a wingspan of 64 centimeters or 25 inches, and these birds are brownish gray to reddish brown. And they're not the smallest owls. But they are on the smaller side. Not quite. I think you'll find that the Scoops owl and the eastern screech owl are probably round about the same length and height. Now, tonight, we are going to be looking at two mammals. One definitely from North America, and one most definitely from the UK. And I'm excited for it. Very much so. Any questions on that one? The groundhog and the hedgehog. Both of which is my understanding that you can have in your backyards, in your gardens. My neighborhood has quite the population of groundhogs. We really need a bigger population of animals that eat groundhogs. I think they're probably too big even as babies for the screech owls. I would be more than happy to leave them alone if they would leave our garden alone. There's plenty of other food out there for them to eat. Trust me, I know. And I don't hunt them. I I cannot say one way or another on that, nature fan. I did. Huh. Interesting. I did mess up. I got the wrong video posted. But at least I got one posted. Lots of folklore mixed into this last video. So if you like that sort of stuff, it's in there. So the next video to come out will be parsnips. And Nature Fan, I am working on Ebola. I took a break to work on the live. I have a template now for that subject, or zoonotic diseases, so we'll see how I do at filling in the gaps. But the template looks really good, so cross our fingers. Is anybody doing anything fun today? This is the one holiday a year that just drives me nuts. Absolutely 100% drives me nuts. Revenge of the Sith. I don't know what I'm watching. Titanic would be good. Maybe I'll watch The Bride of Frankenstein. I mean, it's not really romantic, but greeting cards. Greeting cards in candy companies. But that's okay because somebody's got to make money. It's what makes the world go round. Am I right? I hope that tonight's live goes better than this one. I think we had 14 people on earlier. Yeah, maybe he's lurking. I don't know. And the way Facebook is, or the way YouTube is, it is really hard to know exactly how many people are in live. Love smub. It's out there, I guess. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably work on the Ebola live, or it's a Disney movie, I think. Herbie the Love Bug. Guys, I tell you, I could lay down and take a nap. I don't know if it's the medication or what it is, but I'm afraid to take a nap. No, it was a short one today. I never know, like, from one live to the next, how much I'm gonna have. Hold on, somebody's at the door. I gotta go downstairs and answer the door. And that is why you shouldn't have family that lives a couple houses down. Nature fan, be grateful for no snow. That is true. I just worry about not having enough moisture in the spring. Yeah, I don't get that. I get a knock on the door. I'm probably going to have lunch and then figure the rest of it out. Last night's dinner was egg noodles. I have no idea, Sparrow Creed. I'll figure that out when I open up the fridge. No, I had egg noodles, uh, with chicken broth or chicken bouillon with potatoes and peppers and some Parmesan cheese and black pepper. I was gonna do curry. People, I guess. A chicken sounds good though. Yeah, I did. In one dish. I don't do that a lot. It's a rarity. A real rarity. I don't even like corn. I'll do peas. I don't know. It just depends on what I feel like. Anyway, guys, if nobody has questions or comments or anything, no, I need to eat now. So, It kicked you? That's weird. Um, is what, nature fan? This live? No. No. Yesterday, yesterday at 1, it was. I don't like doing, I don't like doing, um, subscriber only stuff. I really don't. I don't know if I can look and see. No, they're not going to tell me anything. We had 108 people in the YouTube planning session. And then 66 in the later one. It makes no sense half the time. Thank you for voting. I'm going to end the poll. So 33% of you have seen an Eastern Screech Owl. Nobody has seen a Scoops Owl, and 67% of you said nopes. Top fans for this live stream was Carry Me Through with 75 XP, Tim with 75 XP, Nature Fan with 75 XP, and Sparrow Creed with 50. So tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are going to be talking about groundhogs and hedgehogs. Any questions, comments, concerns before I say see you in the next one? And my lives are always 1 p.m. Central Standard Time and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is Charlie from the Natureverse scene. This is Charlie from the Natureverse 4.7 saying, see you in the next one. Goodbye.